Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your September 2023 reading for your North Node by sign and house. Now, this is going to be a special report reading, which I'll get into in a moment. But if you're new to the channel, the reason I use the North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign in readings is it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. And so you have much more in common with those that share your North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign. So it's much more accurate and relevant in tarot readings. Now, getting on to the special report. All of the astrology is pointing to the fact that between now, September 2023, throughout the end of this year, and then through 2024, there are going to be really great changes happening on the world stage within the collective. Depending on what country you're in, I mean, it's going to be a worldwide thing. My intuition is pointing to this, and also a lot of the astrology is pointing to this. So the reason for this reading is this is to help keep you on path for you, for your individual North Node. Because what can happen a lot is we all have our individual soul paths that we're experiencing day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. But there is also a collective path that we're all on. For example, everyone listening to this reading right now experienced the year 2020 along with me and everybody else up until now. Okay, if you're watching this reading, you did. So we experienced that whole situation as a collective, but we also experienced it individually with our own soul path. And that's what these readings are geared toward. They're geared toward keeping you on your path, because no matter what happens in the collective, although we are affected by it, we have to achieve our best life and our optimal timeline with our soul path and not get distracted by what's going on, because there are going to be some major changes in the next 16 months on the world stage. And so this reading is reflecting what each North Node by sign and house is going to focus on and what they're going to learn during this period of time. So that's why, again, it is a special report reading. Now, you're going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. Okay? So with that, let me connect to the energies and then we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see and hear this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. This is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for September 2023 for everybody with their North Node in Scorpio and or the 8th house. And this is your September special report tarot reading. Okay, so yeah, this spread represents not only September 2023, but also the next 16 months. And like I said in the introduction, there's going to be a lot of things going on in the collective. And this reading represents what you most need to know regarding September and the next 16 months to stay on your soul path for your optimal timeline. Now, your timeline cards are, you've got the King of Wands, and you've got the Eight of Cups, you've got the Moon card, and you've got the King of Swords. Now, your overall theme card that popped up here is the Six of Swords. And when I saw this card, what struck me about this card, and I got this little like movie, an intuitive hit that was playing in my head that had to do with, in order to get to the other side of sticky situations, you have to cross them. You have to traverse them. Here's what I mean by that. You see here the people on this boat, there are rough waters down here, and they're traversing the rough waters, leaving them behind, moving on to calmer waters on the other side of the shore. And there's basically two ways to deal with turmoil. You can go through it and deal with it to get to the other side, or you can completely avoid it. And what I'm seeing for you is the next September and the next 16 months is going to be an opportunity for you to embrace the complexity of life and deal with situations in the collective and also in your life. In other words, to go through it. Because with your South Node in Taurus or the second house, there could be this desire, like, you know what, like, I just don't want to deal with this BS anymore. I don't want to deal with, you know, these complexities, and I want to keep things like simple. I don't want to deal with drama. And I get it. Like, I know that desire is strong. But what's interesting here is that for you in this lifetime, you know, remember what your North Node entails. Your North Node in Scorpio. Scorpio is the investigator. It's the psychologist. It's the detective. Getting into the nitty gritty, the down and dirty, okay? That's also what the eighth house. It's dealing with situations, complex situations, situations that are like deep hidden under the radar, okay? And so what this is saying is that there's going to be opportunity for you to, um, you know, go through the September and the next 16 months and tackle these situations. Now, you might ask, like, I'm kind of feeling this, right? You might ask, well, like, what's in it for me? What's in it for you is a way better timeline, because what if you're watching this video and you have a North Node in Scorpio or the eighth house, you probably have experienced in your lifetime times when you've ran away from situations that were like just overbearing, overly complex, full of drama and strife, and you've run the other way. But what you've noticed, haven't you noticed that a lot of times that ends up making more drama and problems? Because see, that's what happens with this North Node. The more that we run away from complex, sticky situations, dramatic situations, instead of kind of getting in there and dealing with them, the worse things are. So what's happening, what's in it for you is you could find yourself having a much more calm and beautiful life at the end of this. So you're not running away from that. So if that's, you know, if that makes sense to you, what I'm saying, because I know that everyone that has this North Node has had that happen, to where they think that they're avoiding the situation, but it ends up like kind of being worse than, you know, it actually was. Now, getting on to the timeline cards here. I'm seeing, like, with this King of Wands and the reversed King of Swords, I feel like these are actual um, people and situations with people in your life. This one is not necessarily all the court cards, which are the King, Queen, Page, and Knight. Those are what's called the court cards. A lot of times they can actually represent real people in our life, or they can represent situations, or both. But what I wanted to say is that they're not sex or gender specific. So a king card could represent a female or any gender, and vice versa. Okay. So what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing that there's an energy of someone who is probably a fire sign. So probably like an Aries, Sagittarius or Leo energy, that is a situation that you could be dealing with. So someone that either is a fire sign or has a lot of fiery energy in their astrological chart. And there's going to be a temptation to walk away from this emotionally, like, peace out, I don't want to deal with this, okay? But you don't want to do that, okay? So I feel like there's going to be this situation that's going to come up. You don't want to walk away from it. You want to stay and, deal with that situation. Now, the other cards is you've got the Moon card here with the reversed King of Swords. And again, I feel like this is an actual person. It could be any sex, any gender, okay? But the King energy is a little bit different. The King energy takes on a little bit of a more masculine tone, but that, like I said, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a male person in your life that you're dealing with. It's just a more masculine energy. And what I feel with this is, I feel like this is another situation during the next 16 months that you're going to be dealing with. And this could be romantic, family, friends, or work situation. Any of these can. Um, and I feel like it's going to be something where something is going to be revealed to you. Something like with this moon reversed, is something that was hidden and kept secret is going to be revealed to you, and it's going to come to light, and you're going to, have to and want to, like, deal with it. And it's going to be, in the end, a positive thing, but it's something that has been like kind of under the radar and under the surface, that is gonna, come to light. But again, getting back to what I was saying before, is, remember with this Six of Swords, you want to traverse the rocky, choppy waters to get to the other side. You don't want to walk away from them, okay? Now, your advice cards are, you've got the Emperor upright, and you've got the Two of Swords reversed. Now, what this is saying that you are tapping into two different energies in your life during this whole period of time. There's two different energies that you want to tap into. The first energy has to do with your North Node, which is your North Node in Scorpio, or the 8th house, which is a water sign. And this reverse Two of Swords is saying that if you're watching this video, I would probably guess that a lot of you, a lot of times, have like had situations happen that you just didn't want to deal with it. So you just shut off your mind. You didn't want to see it. You didn't want to hear it. You didn't want to feel it. Like just walking away from a situation. Okay. This has to do with tapping into your Scorpio, where you want to keep your emotional side open. You want to keep your eyes open, and you want to really delve into this. This is about, when it's reversed, it's like kind of, I don't want to deal with this. Okay. And this is what you want to do. You want to open yourself to this situation. And this is the gifts that await you in your Scorpio North Node, or your North Node in the 8th house. Okay. So you want to approach this with an open heart, open emotionally, with your eyes open. And as I said, like kind of like deal with these situations and not like shut them out. Now, the Emperor card has to do with the gifts that happen to be in your South Node, in Taurus, or the 2nd house, which is the gift of strength, of stability, of independence. So you don't want to lose that. You want to bring those good qualities, some of the good qualities of Taurus, into your North Node and into September in the next 16 months. And as I said, what is that? It is your strength of stability and independence and being strong within yourself. Okay. That strength, along with keeping yourself open emotionally, keeping your mind open, your eyes open, and dealing with the situations, you're going to be able to navigate this. And as I said, at the end of this, there's a huge reward for you. If you can do this, everyone that has heard me in readings, okay, say that when we tackle our North Node, when we tackle our soul path and we navigate it and we make positive, even if it's minor little steps forward, positive, we get rewarded by the universe. This is what the universe wants us to learn. So it's a real magical thing. It really happens to where, when, as people have noticed, that when they've gone on their soul path and they've done well, that they get like these rewards from the universe. Life gets easier, doors start to open. The more we resist and we stay stuck in old patterns of our South Node and other areas of our astrological chart, we it's not that we're punished, but we don't get the rewards, and it just makes it more difficult because the universe wants us to move. The universe is all about balance and growth. That's all this is. It's about balancing things that are too heavy within all of our charts, balancing with the other opposite end of the energy, which is our North Node. Okay, so yeah, a very very powerful time, for you. Remember, to recap it, just face these challenges, face whatever's happening, and deal with it. Bring in your strength of stability while keeping your heart open, and don't resist the temptation, I should say, of walking away and like piecing out on stuff that gets too heavy. Okay, because this is a lifetime for you to kind of like deal with this and get into the nitty gritty, the down and dirty. Okay, that's what this is, for you. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. If you would like your personal chart read, where I can give you a soul path reading through evolutionary astrology, there's going to be a link in the description box below. Or if you have any questions as far as like a situation in your life or questions you want answered, I do tarot readings, but all of my readings are on my website and you can read them there. And if I can help you in any way, I would be happy to. Again, thanks for watching. If you could hit that like button, it helps me, much appreciated. And then also, if you just want to say hi or have any questions, reach out to me in the comments. Would love to interact with you there. But with that, make it a great September and the next 16 months. We'll see you again on some more readings very soon. Many blessings.